All right, guys, welcome to another video. I told you guys I was getting something new. I'm gonna die. No, not me. Princey is.
I'm gonna die. Yay!
Dead friend, dead dog, dead Princey.
Wow. Wow. All right, we've had a big couple years with things passing away, dogs and best friends and things like that. Yeah. So I don't sound, we are laughing, but if you ever met Dan, which Dan I don't think ever was in the videos.
No, and that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, Dan was extremely inappropriate. Anyway, moving on. Princey got a motorbike.
Yeah.
Learner bike, Lamb's bike.
It is a Lamb's bike. It's a 660.
Still a 660 though. That's still spicy enough.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's enough to kill yourself.
Yeah, 100%. I can kill myself on the CB125 I learnt on. This thing's definitely going to kill me.
Yeah. What do you think about your dad on a motorbike?
Good.
Good? He's just good.
Yeah,
loves it.
It's coming in early.
It's blue.
It's blue. Okay, cool. Anyway, Princey's over because he lives down the street right now at the moment with his mum. And that sounds bad, but that's why he's rich and has a motorbike. He just sold his house.
I did sell my house, and yes, that's why I got that.
Sold his house instead of buying another house, bought a motorbike. Anyway, we are on our way to pick up the new car, which I'm so freaking excited about. I've been excited about for a while. Big bargain, but since the whole FD thing's come about, it's just got me absolutely hyped to get one of these cars. And it was literally my first ever car that I really wanted, that it was a Japanese car, because I was a big VL turbo guy, and then my first car I ever wanted was one of these, and I couldn't get one, so I got another car. But then as soon as I found one, I got it, and then that's how I also met Holford Motors team, which got me into pro drifting and all of that. So it was a big like thing that happened, and it's kind of super rad that I'm now going back, you know, to, it's kind of telling you what it is, but the reason FD is so cool is because it's in the car that first really got me into drifting, from High Performance Imports DVD. So if any of you guys are old enough to have watched HPI back in the day, there was a drift section where it was an event after a Tokyo Auto Salon, and there was a bunch of these cars drifting, and I don't know, just got me in love with them. So yeah, let's go get it.
Let's do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
I'm freaking excited. ADHD is hell right now on the way here. Well, no, only because we've been organising US stuff, and also Japan stuff.
New Zealand stuff.
New Zealand stuff as well. Freaking hell.
There's been a car ride.
Yeah, look,
And Australia stuff.
I've been fairly distracted. There's been a lot going on.
I don't know how we got here, but we made it.
There was a couple of swervy boys. You were right.
You parked at a green light for 5 minutes.
It was 5 seconds. Anyway, we're nearly here. We're about to pull up. I just wanted to express my excitement. I'm actually very pumped.
Would have been a bear chasing. The talent of the cars around here, eh? Look.
Oh, mate. This is probably him with the multiple 79s out the front. It actually is.
Oh, can he see it? Can he see it?
Nope. Oh, damn it. It's so excited.
Where is it?
I don't know. I guess
He's just taking it away, Luke. Somebody else got it before you.
No. It wasn't for sale. It wasn't for sale. It was
It was a Luke only
because he
deal.
saw that I was interested in buying one. That's some work to do, hey?
I mean, I'm getting pretty good at crashing.
Go to the front. The front's still. Don't worry about it.
So that's that front corner, that's the one side with the messed up tires.
Yep. Oh, just tire.
Well, I
was, yeah.
literally looked at it for the first time today. Changed that wheel out, and yeah, literally just the tire was like a banana. Well, I did. Oh, I put that radiator in as well. But yeah, like she was. I don't know if you remember that day. It was kind of blowing up a bit.
Brand new.
Hey, see?
Don't know if
we've just had a bit of an interesting turn of events. We came here for a 32, as you guys have seen. It's on the trailer back there behind me. Let's go and talk to Luke and see what he's just fucking done. Hey Luke, I thought we were coming here for a 32, not 32 cars.
Well, no, what I actually said is we're going to come here for 2 or 3 cars.
No.
Not a 32. I came here with the intention to buy 1, possibly 2, and we bought 3. I didn't know about 3rd one until we got here, and unfortunately, no, it's not his beautiful 180SX.
I wished it was.
Now we have an SS Ute. It was stolen. This poor, honestly, it's been unlucky with stuff. He had 2 cars stolen. He had the 180 stolen, we helped him get it back. And this got stolen at some point as well, just because he's working away, not from his house, but from where he used to have stuff stored. This was stolen, thrashed, but he got it back. And it did have an issue where you drive it and sometimes it would get hot, sometimes it would, you know, do things. So we're obviously fully aware of that. It's apparently got a spicy clutch in it. It's regoed. It's got a short shifter, and he said it ripped.
Did it have lock?
No. But he said it ripped, and yeah, I guess we're getting that.
And then in the background,
Tiana's new daily.
He left this thing at Archie.
Yeah, that's it. He used to bring it, actually, after it got stolen, he got it back. He used to bring it to Archie, so.
Even before. I remember when he first got it.
Yeah.
And he was lapping it at Archie.
So then on top of that,
in the
he
background,
turned around and offered an insane deal on an IS200, which Princey got a bit excited, and
tried to get the wife's approval.
while he's getting his wife's approval, I'd already given my wife his bank details and I already paid for the 3 cars. So yeah, we have an IS200 as well. Manual IS200. Don't know what I'm going to do with the manual IS200. Don't 100% know what I'm going to do with
We know what we're
SS.
going to do with an manual IS200.
Hey?
We know what we know what we're doing with an manual IS200.
Well, the first thing we're doing with it is
washing
Hayden's going to wash it and make it schmick.
I've now got 3 cars to wash.
Yeah.
But I've been stitched up here.
I think it'll be slightly satisfying with the IS200 only because it's covered in like moss or something.
Yeah, the clear coat's definitely fucked, but we can definitely.
But there's all
make
the
it
other
look pretty.
stuff. Like we can definitely make it look nicer.
Yeah.
It does have 33 and 34 GTR wheels on it right now, which I was excited about, but they don't come with it. But that's still, for the price we're paying, it's still a phenomenal deal. It's got brand new coilovers in it, and it's got some camber arms as well or something.
Yeah, the JZX 100 upper camber arms.
Well, they're JZX 100.
Because they're the same.
I don't need any. Anyway.
I've got some.
Oh, Hayden's got some as well.
I've got some.
So anyway, so Princey's going to be driving home the SSU. Oh, this probably has aircon.
Mine, the aircon's on in mine.
Does the IS200 aircon work?
Yeah, well, it's on. I don't know how it works. It was making some weird noises, but it's on.
I don't even know the keys for this one. He hasn't got it out yet.
So yeah, we went to buy a 32 and then we bought 3 or 2 cars. There you go.
Sorted. So you might have seen it in the background. Here she is in all her glory. Oh. Nice. Oh.
Beautiful. Fucking got oil pressure too.
Fuck those rear mufflers off. X-Force.
Ooh.
What is it, X-Force? Nice little SS exhaust.
Who
Wasn't it just talking to X-Force?
Who does the GTO front kit for these?
GTO front.
So, we've had a bit of a drama by the looks of it. Luke and I were cruising along and then Princey pulls over to the side and he's just stopped up the back here. So, looks like, I think he's stalled it is what I reckon. I guarantee you he stalled it. Otherwise it's gotten hot and he's shut it down. But let's go and have a look. Now, excuse me, How does it go? You can't park there!
You brake checked me and I fucking stalled it.
I brake checked ya. Fuck off, dog.
You hesitated and I was like, oh shit.
Mate,
No, this is the only one I
Hey.
didn't hesitate on.
we're in Logan and you just left a running car there.
No, I didn't. Keys in my pocket.
Is that, oh, that fires.
Does it?
Yeah.
We just take the battery out of that. Does it? Oh.
Yeah, you're tight now. Well, good thing we're in Logan, or else this would be weird. So, after you just seen us tow it backwards across the street, a fella in a Ranger P-plater in Logan just stopped, pulled over and asked if we needed a flat tow, and I said, with jump pack would be good, and he had one. So we were able to, we had to bump start it still because it wasn't charged quite enough, but we are off and racing. Quiet on set. Adam. You all know Adam from doing wheel alignments. This isn't a wheel alignment. All right, we'll get onto the whole I accidentally bought 3 cars thing in a sec. So we got carried away. I just went off. I went and got a new battery for the Commodore Ute. I really like that thing now. What?
I own a Falcon and a Commodore.
Yeah, you do.
I never thought I could get this low in life until today.
Anyway,
It's a good time.
for a while, Adam was an engine builder, and I wasn't telling you guys about it. I was very embarrassed, to be honest with you. I didn't know FGs or Barris sumps not only have like your normal bolts here, like, and then you'd normally take the sump off, and there was lots of silicon and everything around, and I just thought it was stuck on. So I was levering it, being real like ignorant, I guess, with it, or just, I didn't know any better. Turns out they have bolts that go into the main caps. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. A little bit of a mishap.
I broke the main cap. So I broke this off. So that was there, obviously. And I broke that off, obviously, because I was levering up on it. I didn't know that had to be undone. So, definitely my fault, but I should have waited for you like I was gonna.
Yeah, that was the plan.
But
You gotta-
we never had an intention to check the rod bolts, did we? No, rod bolts, I was like, maybe we should get bearings.
Yeah.
But the main caps, I wouldn't really have thought of checking personally. Is that something you probably would have checked anyway?
Yeah, well, while you're there, it's only, pretty much.
While
pop
the
it
sump's
on.
off.
You got to pull the windage tray and everything out. So while you've got that, girdle. While you've got it off, you just check them. And
Yeah.
luckily we did.
Lucky we did. Right, so unfortunately, it's not the end of the world. Like, the actual crank still looks good, would you say?
Yeah, look, it's probably going to be better if we get it linished just to be safe, because it is going, to Japan. So just to be safe, just get it linished, get it all nice and new. But yeah,
What does that mean? That sounds terrifying to me. So does that crank out?
Yes, crank out.
You do realise you're like 10 minutes from crank out, Bob.
Oh, front
Am I?
cover,
Front
everything
cover,
like
yeah,
that.
front cover off, crank off.
But,
Like, it's not much of a difference to what you're doing.
and if there is any curves that you just can't feel, it ends up destroying your brand new bearings.
So anyway, this bearing is on the way out.
Yeah, so if you can see all that copper coming through,
Yeah. Oh, you can definitely see the wear in the bearing on the camera.
then right there as well. So they definitely need new bearings. Like,
Yeah. They
it
weren't
was running
gone yet.
700 horsepower,
Yeah.
so these would have been copping a bit of a flogging.
Yeah, and they're just stock shit probably.
Yeah, I think they're probably just standard size. We might have to measure the crank just to see if we have to go and oversize.
Is this we're ripping the crank out and you're taking it with you today sort of situation, or?
Oh, rather not. I'm in a little barina, but we'll give it a go. We'll get it out. But yeah, might as well, while we've got there, we'll pop off the rod bearings, check all the bearings.
Alright, so we'll pop off them now and get back to people in a second.
Yeah.
Quiet on set, quiet on set. Alright, you got a rod bearing off?
Yeah. So she's got a bit of wear in it too.
Oh.
As you can see, all those lines.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely a good choice doing these. 'Cause, yeah, you don't want to go to Japan and have all these issues.
Yeah, no, I really don't.
We'll get
But
another crank
how does that
finish
look?
balance.
That looks Pretty
Yeah,
good.
it looks pretty good. It hasn't got any like huge hot spots and stuff in it.
Got,
But it does have a little bit of lines, and
I mean,
you can feel it with your nail.
Yeah. Is that a
Mate.
situation where the rods are
Oh no, the rods will be fine.
like? Are we at this point putting rods and pistons in this thing, or?
I want to see
In all
like.
honesty, like, hey, look, if we end up with a full built engine, then kind of is what it is. But the rods you can reuse. We'll check the ring gaps. You know, make sure that your balls are all good as well. So it might end up being a full rebuild. In all honesty, but when it's done, you're done. You go over to Japan. This should last you. I don't know. It's you, so I don't know how long.
We only
that's
want
actually gonna
I
be.
want 400, 450 max.
You buy up standard ones though. Like, I don't know.
I
many
don't.
people-
No,
like,
excuse
I
me.
see
I've
heat
blown
waves.
up one.
I blew up one.
Yeah, and then Stankowski blew up two. However, with that said,
You know what?
we've been told the reason the NA ones originally were blowing up is because the bad clutch was out of balance and possibly the harmonics.
It could be that. It could be the oil pump gears because they are.
Oh, they
shit.
were stock. No, but
Yeah,
the one I
same.
just blew up had oil pump gears.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, but I also didn't change the oil.
I don't know where
And
it's-
maybe
It might
didn't-
not have had oil in it.
Yeah.
might not have had enough.
Well, wouldn't you have to?
definitely didn't.
I'm working.
You would have to compensate for a different country, wouldn't you? Because of the thickness of the oil.
No, it
nice
still had the oil that I put in Australia, and I'd done 10 drift days.
Yeah, but like,
oil in it.
aren't they a bit colder over in Japan? Like, obviously, you've never been, but
Oh, it was very cold.
yeah. So you probably have to run a thinner oil because if it's too
I didn't even
thick,
think of that. Yeah, true.
No, it blew up when it was very hot. It was very hot when it blew up. It was very, very hot when it knocked.
Should it not have been
Princey,
snowing?
I'd just
it
done
wasn't
like
snowing.
50 laps.
Yeah, it was
Including-
things like-
Including a lap where I literally pushed a dude off the course so I could continue to do more laps.
Yeah.
With the front of my Falcon.
Oh, you
To be
didn't see
fair, I had 500
Yeah, but what was the
horsepower and an
temperature
unopened
outside?
NA engine.
It wasn't that
and
cold.
that
Yeah.
lasted a year,
okay.
and that was overheated that killed it. So I'm very impressed
I
that you
don't
blew
think I
up
was
an
wearing
NA
a
one the whole
So am
time.
I. So am I.
That's commitment. That's
Yeah,
exactly what that is.
Princey, you're starting to we're pulling the crank out now.
Yeah, we're putting fucking rods in it, mate.
So, I had good luck, obviously, from a situation where I just accidentally bought 3 cars for retarded cheap. I'm very happy about that. And then, sure enough, I get home. I was helping a mate out with a lift on his patrol. He's taking a lift out, putting a normal one in. My hoist has just packed it up and stopped working. Boo-hoo. That's annoying. And then this engine that I bought turns out
Wait, what?
needs the crank. What?
The hoist doesn't work.
Yeah, it's just stopped working.
I broke it.
No, I think it's had. It's the old low oil situation. It's really coming back to bite it.
So the pool cleaner stopped working.
Yes,
The deck lights set themselves on fire and almost burnt down
but I
our
fixed
house.
them. Yeah, I fixed them.
Okay, but that's
That actually
2.
happened.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me about that today.
Oh, dude, the back of my shed's got all
Yeah,
fire
go
marks.
have a look at it.
Isn't that from you lighting the barbecue on fire?
No, that's
No,
different.
that was after. Oh,
was
yeah, and
another
then there
one.
was a barbecue fire, so
Yep.
we're at 3. So now the hoist. So it doesn't come in lots of 3. Well, if it does, we've got 2 more.
What else?
I'm not cooking for the next couple of days because we can't afford for the oven and the stove to go.
Anyway, everything's good and bad. At the end of the day, the engine is worth what I paid for it. Is what I paid for it is what all the parts extras on it are worth. So I'm still looking at it as a positive, as a plus. Ideally, it'd be better if the bearings were good, but they're not. So it is what it is. I'm not mad. It's something which I wanted to check anyway, and I would have liked to do. Worst case, we're going to linish the crank just to make sure it's perfect. Would we potentially be linishing the? Would we be linishing the caps and rod things and stuff as well, or is that
Problem is with this broken one, we might have to get it tunnel
get a what?
get it tunnel bored. So it has to have a machine go through and tunnel bore the main caps. Like you have to have it as the block. Because when we change them, if there is any inconsistencies not lining up, the crank's not going to turn and it's just going to destroy everything. So that might have to be a thing. But when we get some new main caps, we'll put them in, pretty much check the clearancing, everything. If it's the cap's the exact same clearancing as the rest, when we replace that one.
Are turbo main caps and NA main caps any different?
As far as I'm aware, no.
Yeah.
Like I'm yet to come across anything that's different, but it's the same with the cams as well on the head. So they're tunnel board. So if you try and take a cam, like a cam retainer off any of it.
So you're saying we need to take the whole crank, the whole block to an engine builder, or?
Possibly, yes. That is.
Sounding expensive.
Yeah.
You know how I said 4 things before? I forgot about the motors. That's 5.
Mm.
Oh, one more.
Great.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pretty much strip it down to a bare block. Then just go while we're there, check piston gap, make sure there's no scoring on pistons, make sure that the balls have still got a good cross.
I used to like Adam. He started telling me bad news. T, remember we were talking the other day about peaks and valleys? See 3 cars out the front? That's a peak. Hey, this is a valley. This is a valley. Hoist braking valley.
I only see one of those cars as a peak.
Which one's that? The SS?
Nah, the IS.
SS.
The 32. Why would I ever think buying an IS or a Commodore is a peak?
I don't know. The
That's
Commodore's
a
pretty
valley.
sick.
That's
I don't know.
a fucking
Right,
valley.
listen,
Look,
the coilovers in the IS are worth more than what we paid for the car.
Yeah, but have you seen the car?
He's about to make it.
daily.
All right, coming up
my
next
fucking
in this
daily.
video, we're going back to the peaks because we've done the valley thing now with the whole motor situation. Adam telling us all this bad news, which I hate. It's really sucky.
Yeah,
I feel like we're at the salt flats with the amount of valleys we're currently going through.
Salt flats.
Yeah,
like
the
the
salt
attitude.
flats, you know, just like flat forever.
Negative
Just-
attitude.
Still yet to get to like...
Going down the bottom of the valley.
Yeah,
It's flat.
still, we got to get to Colorado soon and get those mountains, like...
Shit attitude,
Gotta
eh?
get those peaks.
Like, I'm broke and this is still a shit
It's
attitude.
not your wallet that's being affected by all the valleys.
I know, that's why I like this situation.
Anyway, now we're going to let Princey start pulling more stuff apart. Hopefully Adam doesn't have any more bad news for us while he's pulling it apart. And Hayden's going to make the IS200 look pretty.
Sorry, what? Oh, cleaning?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll get to it shortly. After this short message.
Yeah.
All right. Quiet on set. What do we got? What are we at?
We got more valleys going on, as you were
More
saying.
valleys, right.
It doesn't look good over here.
How's our valley now?
Getting more expensive as we go. So this.
So all these parts that made the engine cheap
on one of these.
Yeah.
aren't looking cheap anymore.
No, like it's ran out of oil pressure at some stage, and it's just grinding away at this.
Yeah.
So we might have to pull it out and just make sure that they're pretty much your gears themselves aren't worn. Pull the
And
spring out, make sure
crank,
it's not full of
is that, would have that damaged the crank now as well then? Because I can see a tiny
you
bit
can
of...
see the chattering. Like that's still fine, but yeah, you can definitely see where it's run out of oil pressure at some stage. So that's why the bearings are fogged. I'd say that it's either, you know, someone's been flogging the piss out of it and it's just got put all the oil up the top and it's just, yeah, pretty much run out of oil pressure. But yeah, it's slowly becoming not a cheap engine. But at the end of the day, the head cams, everything like that.
So far seemed good. So far. So the whole thing looked good earlier today.
Yeah, when it was together, it looked really
I'm
good.
just having a thought here. Sell the SS really quickly. Because proven
like
every
the
time
SS.
you... Yeah, I know you kind of like the SS. But you and an Aussie doesn't go well.
You
No.
Well, what do we
you
just fuck
sell
this
it-
off and
you
put a
do-
Jay-Z in?
Yeah.
No.
You doing skids behind me, scaring the shit out
What
of
you
me on
do
my motorbike.
is if you sell the SS, you ring Atomic and you just buy their engine package. It's built already together, just banged in. But
Or
either
Atomic
that or
should just sponsor Luke.
yeah, that's
Atomic,
another
hit
option.
us up. What is the email address? Atomic?
MGMT@lukefink.com.
Management. MGMT.
At lukefink.com.
lukefink.com.
There you go.
All sponsorship.
Atomic, hit us up.
Hit us up.
We love your stuff. I love your stuff.
We want to.
I have your stuff.
No, we don't love your stuff. We want to love your stuff.
Well, my only experience so far is a pump that's no good. But that could be install, could be anything, right? Is that what you're saying?
Nah, it would be install. It'd be it's lost oil pressure at some stage. So it's either ran with no oil in it, like not enough oil, and it's just ran dry.
That could be prime up.
Yeah, that could be prime up. Like
If
they didn't.
primed it right when they first
Yeah, if
started
they
it.
didn't pack the like I always get Vaseline or petroleum
I
jelly.
use a full fucking jar
Yeah.
of petroleum jelly.
You
in
feel
mine.
that?
What did your missus say about that? You're using all the petroleum.
That's what and then I used a 50 psi priming pump as well. So
But yeah, we'll,
You have to use that to lube things up, don't you, Princey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, we'll go through it more. Just get it down to a bare block at this stage, and
Demonetised.
make sure that the
You're
head.
terrifying me, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
This has gone from a super rad, I'm getting 3 new cars, all of a sudden somehow I end up 3 new cars to like yeah, that brand new engine you just bought, or brand new to me engine I just bought, which I thought was sick. It might not be so sick.
But the guy that you got it off, and even the person that originally built
Unless he's
they
pulled
have-
it apart to know.
Yeah, he's not gonna know. Like the guy you got off.
I agree.
Yeah, it's none of his fault. It's just until you pull it apart, you have no idea.
And that would have been running fine like
Yeah,
this. The
so,
problem is
like-
I'm taking it to Japan.
Yeah.
If I was just driving a Falcon around here, wouldn't matter. You know, even if it got a slight knock, I'd be like, right, rip the crank out, grind, whatever. But just the fact that I'm sending it all the way to Japan, putting my Falcon in Japan, I need this thing to be like, I need to drift from here to WA and back. And then some. Like, realistically.
If we had people over there that knew these engines, and we could,
We had
readily
spare
get
parts. It's the
spare
parts.
Yeah, if we could do that.
Yeah, and
You'd
even with that
slap
said,
together a
having
fallback.
in Japan trying to find a machiner, trying to find all of that stuff.
Which is,
Yeah, it'd be just some guy spinning it with a bit of emery tape
no,
or something.
like,
Just going
you could
down.
find it if you could speak Japanese.
Exactly.
But you could even go to like a bunch of friends, like you could go to Weld and stuff like that, and be like, I need a machinist, and they just, hey.
Hi. Yeah, hi. What crank is this? Is this from a truck? Like, what is this? A 4-litre crank.
So
Yeah.
it's definitely one of those things, and I'm stoked you found it now too.
Oh, bro. Imagine we'd gone to Japan and put this in and then it knocked straight away.
Just not
It'd be
interested
devastating.
in
Devastating.
pulling that Falcon apart anymore.
No.
I spent so many hours on my last trip. Sorry, Jen.
I had a good last trip. I don't know what you're talking about. We did coilovers and that was it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, last trip it worked mint.
Coilovers.
Yeah, but you know you didn't do a fucking oil change, which could have prevented this whole thing.
Okay, hold on. I fucking tried. I tried.
Maybe
It's
you
tight
should-
as a fish is on the
maybe
budget
you
here.
should have contacted the boss and been like, hey boss, this needs to be done, and I would have authorized the transaction, and the oil change would have been done.
Well, if the boss was fucking not drinking, we'd be alright.
I think she was at the hotel that day, actually. I think she was at the hotel because she'd been drinking too much.
I'm not saying it. You said it.
Yep.
No such thing as drinking.
All right, cool. Well, we're going to keep going. Oil pump, maybe dead.
Well, when we get the cover and everything off, we'll just check all the gearing, make sure it's not too worn. Like that is, it's not super deep. Like you can grab it with your nail, but you just don't want to get to the point where if it ends up slipping on here, then you've destroyed a crank, everything. You know, then you're up for an oil pump, and if it destroys that of the
But
crank,
with all
then
this
it's
said,
still-
right, you were running an NA, dead stock NA Barra 500 horsepower drifting.
Yes.
Like tons of days on that engine.
Yeah, at least
Driving
about a
it.
year and a half out of that first one.
And you were coming to a fair few drift days with that.
Yeah, so I did.
I don't count years when you're talking about drifting. Because
Yeah,
there's plenty of
so-
people that claim their drift car has been, oh, my drift car's been 5 years, mate. It's been phenomenal. It's like, mate, you drive twice a
Yeah,
year.
3,
Yeah, you drive twice a year. Shut the fuck up. Like,
So I did
With
every-
Adam driving, like he's tested that car.
and he was very
Well,
much,
I
the
did
amount of
find
times,
out-
No mechanical sympathy.
yeah, the amount of times I
It's
saw
what- it's limited.
spraying water out.
No.
Yeah.
Like every bit.
Oh, look, when you can do them in about 3 hours an engine swap, you just don't care. You just like, just see how
Have you got your
far this will go.
passport yet?
It's on the to-do list,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's. I know.
I sense a Japan trip in his future.
Just
Yeah.
before November.
Yeah.
How earlier you said you've never been to Japan? You want to?
We've got some.
Just do a quick engine
Tiana,
swap.
what do we do with those tickets we've got in April? Can they be name swapped?
Yeah, it's too expensive though.
Oh.
We need to wait for the return for free sale.
Okay, next return for free sale, we might need to send a few Falcon knowledgeable people over.
We
To do the Falcon swap.
We do
Yeah.
have a $300 credit with Jetstar though.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna let these guys keep pulling it all apart and see where we get to.
So are we...
Hopefully, no more bad news. Yeah.
Well,
we
it
haven't put
can't
the head
really
on
go
yet.
further down. In all honesty, like we might have to do, you know, like pretty much hone the bore, something like that. Make sure that ring gaps.
Might have to hone the bore.
That's easy. I can do that.
So honing's
is that the-
easy. You
is
can
that
get
the, dingleberry?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
do that way, or you can get it properly done. But if it's got to go to a machine shop to do the others.
Machining the bore is different to honing the bore.
Okay.
Yeah, so
All right.
we're not doing oversized pistons and everything, I hope. But At the moment, I'd say it's, until we get it out, hopefully there's no scoring on the bore. If there is scoring, we will have to machine the bore. We'll go 10 thou over, or even 5 thou. But then it's at the stage, it's like, well, you're going to need new pistons, so we'll get forged pistons. So we're going to do pistons, let's do rods.
All right, you're gonna go. Let's go clean this car, and there'll be this satisfying feeling.
No, I've been playing.
What the fuck have you been doing? You helped Pete. You haven't even cleaned the car. I was gone for an hour.
Hey, helping Pete got us a 10-pack.
I'm not drinking that.
Hey, so we got more for lending the hoist out than we did you lending your JZX 100 out for 3-4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Andrew, a case is a case. A case, for reference, is 24 to 30 cans in a case, not 10. Just saying. Anyway, let's go do something satisfying.
Let's go wash.
Satisfying.
Yeah, satisfying.
Guess where it was? In the boot of the S14.
Oh, right. IS200 first. Obviously the paint is shit. So we've got a lot of paint clear peel on the roof, on the boot and everything. However, there's a lot of grime. It's a lot of grime. Yeah. A lot of grime.
Yummy.
Yummy. Yuck.
Oh, it's like a crunchy.
Yeah. So, Hayden's going to give her a schmick up. A little bit of a schmick up. Probably just pull that carpet and then just hit this with the power hose as well, eh?
Let's have a
Yeah, the rat's nest.
I don't know if our friend's in there or not.
No, I don't reckon. Okay. It's connected to something. Anyway, so we're going to give this thing a clean up. I think, honestly, even though it's got the paint damage, it's still got a lot of this, which should come off, right?
A lot of that should come out, yeah. Hopefully. Yeah. I'm hoping.
Yeah, all right. While you're doing that, I am going to get the 32 off the trailer.
32 some stuff. Odds on.
Good car.
Yeah, wow, that's...
Yeah. That's all I wanted.
I don't turn it off.
I just need to move it.
I thought you were going to go for a truck another one.
I think we've had enough lows.
Is that right? All of it. It's when I was cool. Then I got married.
Hopefully Jen doesn't watch
She
it.
doesn't watch the vlogs anyway.
Oh, we need the views.
All right, Hayden, how's she coming up?
Look, it's silver.
Silverish.
It's silverish.
It's silver with clear bits missing.
Yeah. I'm actually like impressed. A lot of the grime came out. I had to snow job it like twice.
Bowdens?
And
This is looking real good. Yeah, right.
It's like I said, it's silver.
Yeah. Obviously we have the clear missing over here. Engine bay's looking pretty schmick as well. Hell yeah. How'd the boot come up?
Actually pretty good.
Yeah? Is it open over
I
there?
didn't spray inside there. I just hoovered.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's how I
just
damage
poured
cars.
CC all over the car.
Well, it's
Okay.
christened.
Yeah.
But no more rat's
You
nest.
can't really see in there, but there was a little bit of a rat's nest in there. Cool. I just spilt a little bit of my fresh CC.
No, it's baptised.
Right. So, that's good news. That's a peak. We'll call that a peak. And now back to a valley. More issues with the Barra. Let's just go straight. Let's go see the Barra. Let's go into this valley. And ironically, it's downhill right here. We're going into the valley.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the valley of so I didn't tell you guys, but the 32 four-door has a little bit of damage on the left rear, which we need to fix, and then the front wheel copped a hit. So We will organise a new dish and keep these wheels on the car, I think. It came with front quarter panels. It came with a body kit, but we need to organise getting the body kit. Anyway, onto the Barra. It's
pretty much completely apart. So I pushed down the pistons just to check the bore, see if it had a good crosshatch. There's pretty much nothing there. They are pretty much polished. So yeah, we're gonna have to at least
dingleberry it.
Yeah, dingleberry it at least. Then we might pop a ring off, check the gap of the rings.
So right, that's the crank over there on the ground now, right?
Yeah, that's the crank. It's only got a single layer head gasket, which is kind of weird. I thought they would have used a multi-layer, but each of their own, I suppose. Everyone, you know, skins a cat a different way, but I personally use.
So we're going to get a multi-layer. Is that what you're saying?
Multi-layer, just extra strength, especially if you're drifting. It's going to get hot. It's going to give you.
It will get hot, but this is mostly going to be operated in like super cold weather.
Yeah.
In Japan, for the most part.
Well, when you got a glowing turbo next to it, it will get a bit of heat into it. But
yeah.
I ran mine, and it took a lot of punishment for me to blow my head gasket.
And then head-wise, we're good?
Yeah, head-wise is fine.
Yeah.
There's no damage to anything. All the valves look all good. We could get it vacuum tested just to be safe.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, while we're getting that finished, we could probably take that as well and just go, hey, look, can you just do a quick vacuum test just to make sure?
Yeah. And the pistons, is that a bit of pinging in that one?
Not really. It's just a bit of carbon. Like,
it's just carbon. You wouldn't normally see carbon build-up in an E85, but it was probably 98 for a long 98 time.
For a while. Then you know, the person that's gone and done all the work to it's probably just, you know, E85.
Then gone E85 and 700.
Yeah, like I've seen a lot worse. Like, these are pretty clean, in all honesty. Like, when I pulled one of mine out, they were just black, and it took like a fair bit of cleaning with the wire wheel to get them back to what they were meant to be.
Yeah, but that's not.
Yeah, that's not bad to me.
That's not an issue. The issue is the bores are kind of polished at the moment.
Yeah, so we want to get.
So they need a dingleberry.
Yeah, just to ensure that it will hold oil, and then you don't end up with blow by or anything like that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll check the gap of the rings and everything as well, just to ensure that it's not, you know, it's not going to have piston slap or anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they look good. Like, there's no play side to side or anything like that. They are moving fine, so I'm assuming the gap's going to be fine. But you're not going to run big boost, so we're not going to go.
No, literally a bar.
Yeah.
But I want this to have the potential to run more if it comes down to it.
Well, a lot of people don't gap rings on Barras, so
you
know, like, it will be fine. Like, if you're going for, let's say, 1,000 horsepower, then you would be more looking at. Yeah, then you'd be looking at, you know, gapping rings and everything. But if you're going to stay around 450, 600.
No, 600 would be tops, really.
Yeah.
Because, all right, as much as I've done TR60, 60, the twin plate, the turbo rear end and everything, even at 600, you're kind of pushing all that factory stuff. You know, potentially break. TR60 is known for breaking input shafts. The turbo rear ends are strong, but people still do break a lot of axles with the turbo rear ends. Especially and compared to most of the dudes with turbo Falcons, I'm actually trying to run some grip. So
that, and you know, they're not doing backies or anything as well. So you do have more of a potential to break them. They are bigger, thicker, stronger axles, but you never know. At the end of the day, like, having a spare set of axles over there. And
I got 4.
Shaft. Yeah.
I got two spares for each side.
Have you got a spare tail shaft?
Now I've got spare ones. I haven't had a drama.
Yeah.
I don't have a spare tail shaft, but that might be something we need to get in the container.
How much of a fucking pain in the ass that was?
What?
When all the bearings fell out of it?
Oh, yeah. That was another thing we just didn't know about Falcons.
No, because you know how it's got the, like, I'm talking to Adam as well, so it's got the, like, split, like, ball bearing part, and it all, like, twists together.
Oh, there is CV.
Shit. And it, like, pulled apart, and there's balls.
Oh, when we were doing the twin plate. Yeah, at Samet shop.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Nightmare.
Was that Pilly? I think Pilly pulled it
Pilly
out.
was with us,
Pilly
yeah.
pulled
Yeah,
it out.
Pilly's a legend. What's
They
their
both
channel
are.
called? What's their channel called?
Something about Good Dawn.
I'm going to put what their
Best
channel
Day
is.
Ever?
Yeah, something like that. Best Day Ever, maybe. I'm going to put the name of their channel down here. Go check it out. Bloody legends. Anyway, so what's the plan from here?
So plan
obviously use it here in a little buzz box. So you're not taking any of this now, but where do we need to get it to? What are we doing?
So
it's Christmas.
I'm going to make some phone calls, try and find someone.
Zero work tomorrow.
Yeah.
You're a manager now, so you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm at a phone all day.
You need to call the union, mate.
Yeah. Oh, well, I do sit down in aircon and type and send emails and shit now and answer a phone, so it's not a hard life. I'm not going to complain about it.
And then he comes outside and
Yeah,
laughs
then
at me
yells
all
at him.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Well, you
so-
gotta yell at young people.
What's the plan?
So-
You're going to make some phone calls and we'll know from there?
Yeah, we're going to make some phone calls, try and get someone with a machine shop that can do the crank.
Do it all quickly. That's
Yeah.
the issue.
Like we can do the we can hone
The
balls.
dingleberries.
Yeah, you know, do all the measurements, everything like that. We also need to try and get our hands on a new main cap.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, I've got a few people that have said they can get us some main caps.
So-
It'd be good to have a choice of main caps, obviously.
So what we'll do is we'll put them when the crank goes back in. We'll sit it in. We'll just do it. We can either get a measure with a bore chronometer. It's probably the wrong word, but yeah, either that or we'll just get some plastic gauge and just put bearings in and just see if it's got the same clearance the whole way through with the new cap. If it doesn't have the same clearance, we may have to do maybe a different bearing on that on this main cap that we're replacing.
Particular cap. Well,
Yeah.
we'll have a selection of caps so we can make the
Yeah, we can
right
we'll get
educated.
the closest we possibly can.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've got to be within a tolerance.
So, with this said, is it worth us going and doing some rods like the people have mentioned? Well, I've been mentioned, especially with my JZX, getting bolts for my rods, like rod bolts.
Yeah.
Is that a thing, or is that like being that
these
we
are-
don't intend to make big power, but are rod bolts a thing with a barra? Do we need to?
Well, they've got bolts factory. So
Yeah.
on the bottom of these, they're not a
Yeah,
like
but do
a
we put
bolted-
stronger bolts? I guess is that
You
it's not
can
a
put
thing.
ARP. Like I've never really seen anyone have that many issues with them. Like most barrows I know, they either shatter the gears, or they
throw a
overheat.
rod.
Yeah, like
Yeah, but how do they lose a rod? Is that because they don't have enough?
Yeah, but but you're
That's
not going to change.
pushing
You're not
too
going to
much
change
power.
conrod bolts, are you? You're going to change conrods. So, but main bolts.
No, rod bolt. Well, I'm talking about main bolts and rod bolts.
Oh,
I'm not too sure if these ones actually come out. I don't know if you can
have to
loosen these. Yeah, most people
Ah.
would
you'd
just
have
do
to
a
change.
Yeah.
rod.
You'd have to change the rod, I reckon.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but
then
I think you'd have to change the
You're
rod.
going from, if you're doing a rod, you're going to obviously put new pistons in, then it's
And
just
then we're
ends up
sending the
fully
block to
forged.
get high, like, to get.
Yeah, just gone through, make
Like,
crack
we're doing-
tested.
Well,
everything.
so somebody
full
on
metal.
Marketplace, somebody at Marketplace selling a 3.8 crank. I don't know if you've seen that for sale.
Yes, I've seen it
it for
and it's
sale, and I like, oh, that would be tough. D-strokes.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
Well,
And
Imagine the
D-strokes
revs that
and
it would
rev
do.
it.
I think it's 10,000 RPM.
As much as I'm excited about the prospects of having a revvy barra, I just want a car I can just pump laps in. I don't need to be running a barra to 10 grand
problem
or
is-
even 8 grand.
need a-
6 grand in a barra is all of it.
You need a 610 SAR Kenworth radiator to keep it cool. To just
technically-
pump laps in it.
You're
Like.
technically pushing more goals though, because then you'll be not only the only barra over there in a Falcon, you'll be the only D-stroked barra over in Japan.
No, I'm happy with just having the only barra in Japan. I don't need the only freaking D-stroke one.
Can we D-stroke one here then? There's one over there that needs to be D-stroked.
What,
It'll
yours?
sound sick. Yeah,
Yours?
yeah.
No, so, right, we got plans going forward. R32 we have. This was my dream car when I got into Japanese cars, so this is super rad to have this here.
I'm a little-
In this video, we should probably open the bonnet quickly and have a look. This video is probably already way too long. For those of you that stuck around for this whole video, much appreciated.
We could shorten it up and go a part 2, but
We could do a
Should we go part
two-part.
two?
No, it's just one long video. If you don't watch it, you suck. If you're still here watching it, you're a legend.
sick person.
Sick person.
If you can get what
If
I'm
you know
saying.
what that is in Australian. So we got an RB20 because we didn't look into the cars, right? So we got RB20, apparently an RB25 turbo, an intercooler kit with full custom piping, and it's return. It doesn't pop through the battery hole.
You could literally go to Melbourne and rego it.
I could. It doesn't have a hole in the battery tray, which is quite
pop
cool.
filter.
No, it's got an airbox.
That's
this is
one-
full street legal in
Straight legal in Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Yeah.
Other
Other than the rear.
Yeah. So I don't know why the globe's hanging out. That's something I need to attend to. It has brand new BC coilovers. I'm definitely going to swap those out for Shockworks. If anyone wants some BC coilovers for an R32,
Chelsea would be
That's
really
me.
upset about that.
we can work something out.
that we can.
we can work something out.
Yes,
I think we can work something out here for some brand new BCs.
Look, I said Chelsea will be a real upset, but
Look, BC, if you are watching this, you still owe me 4 Corvette coilovers and a full set of other coilovers of my. I won a full set of coilovers for
America or Australia?
America.
they're pretty good, but
Nah, they're
Paranoid.
dodging me.
that's rude, mate.
Yeah, they got
That's not
mad.
Australian.
They got mad at me because I was upset that their Corvette coilovers aren't. Their Corvette coilovers. So BC's in a 32, in a JZX, everything else. Honestly, I think they're good. They are good. BC's in a Corvette just aren't it.
So they obviously
And that's
haven't
just
got
the
enough
thing.
R&D.
No,
Not
it's
enough
not even
R&D.
that. Yeah, they just aren't it in a Corvette, and that's it. I don't think coilover's bad in any way, shape, or form. It's just in a Corvette, their front coilovers aren't right for that chassis. So, yeah, but they've got mad at me because I said about them being not the greatest for a Corvette, and they said, "Oh no, they are." But everybody that's experienced BCs in a Corvette knows what I'm talking about. BCs and everything else, great, but I work with Shockworks here in Australia, so we're going to set a Shockworks in this car. It has some GK Tech already under the car. Actually, it has quite a bit of GK Tech underneath the car. If my hoist didn't just break, I would be showing you guys right now. It has a full exhaust, turbo back, custom exhaust done as well as all the custom piping for the intercooler kit. So it has a bunch of really nice stuff. Has a pair of fake brides in it, which I'm going to remove and replace with my NRG seats.
I know, God.
Has a really cool Hayden's already claimed one, at least one.
I'm happy with one. I'm too tall for my 32.
So it has a pair of bride seats in it. It has some joy brake drink holders in the middle. It has a candy wheel. We are going to get rid of the candy wheel and again put another NRG wheel in it. Sunroof has a few dramas. It's a bit of rust, not in the body but in the sunroof itself, so we need to work out what we're doing with the sunroof situation. It came with a full roll cage, which is super rad. Mechanical two-way LSD. It has the tail lights, it has the rear bumper. You can see the exhaust and everything, but just this corner here obviously has had a bump. We need to get this all straightened out and pulled back to where it needs to be so we get the tail light in there properly. We need to hit the company up that is meant to supply a body kit for this car. It's already been paid for, so I need to talk to that company and get the body kit. Once we get that and get these front fenders on, it'll be full wide body, and get this wheel fixed. So it'll be full wide body with cool wheels, and then I have a full kit on it. And then we may stick with white, we may not, but we will paint it. There's a lot going forward with this car, but the idea with this R32 4-door is to have a similar car suspension wise to my car for FD. Obviously it's only going to have an RB20, but suspension wise I want everything to be the same so we can get specs and everything dialed in for the car in America. That's the idea with the 32 4-door. On top of that, it was very much my dream car as far as Japanese cars go. Back in the day, it's still one of my favorite Japanese cars there is. You're nodding.
Yeah.
There's some things we agree on.
32 4-door.
Yeah.
Would be better with an SR. Do you remember
I
the time
agree.
we went to Endgame and there was that red one there? That
Yes.
had like no interior.
And then he put a 25 in it.
Yeah.
Ruined it.
And I'm like, it was perfect. It had
So
an
the
SR
guy
in it,
went
like-
from RB20 to SR20, and then he ripped the SR20 out and put a 25 in it. Ruined it.
But it was
These
the
with
same-
an SR are sick.
It was for sale. I'm like, let's buy it. Like,
I know.
SRs in R chassis
That was
and
a little
RBs
bit much.
in S
Wasn't that
chassis.
20 grand or something?
Yeah.
This
Which-
owes us a quarter of that.
Which you probably think now, like, oh, 20 grand, that's still pretty cheap. But it was like, no, that was at the time when it wasn't cheap. But
But this is, I don't think, it's going to take a shit ton of work to make this super clean, but that's not my plan with this.
well, it's
My
not going to be
plan's not-
daily.
No.
I mean, I would daily it. I
No.
suppose.
The plan is not super clean, but the plan is to look good and be able to do events like, I don't know, what? Some S chassis, low style-ish sort of events. All those sorts of things. This will be that car for us.
What wheels are you going to put on it? Ooh.
These, look at the dish. I've just got to fix one front wheel.
There it is. I saw it. I pop up today. I think it was on Kate's JDM, and it was a set of Equipo 3s, 14s. I'm like, yeah.
This girl wants me to go and buy wheels. We can't afford it.
I know we can't, but
No, we're gonna get this wheel fixed, and these are the wheels in this car, and then the skid wheels will be Kansai's. All right, Kansai's. There you go.
not even gonna argue.
So that's the 32. Let's grab my drink, and we're gonna go have a look at the SS. Wait, come here, wifey. Let's have a quick look at this IS200. I think this has the potential to be your new daily. I really do. AC works phenomenal.
I'm not driving that.
Why?
I'd rather walk to Forest Lake shops.
Are you kidding me? It's manual.
Don't care.
It's basically a mini JZX.
Okay.
Go sit in it quickly.
No.
Honestly. Genuinely.
What was the one that we used to have? That was IS300, wasn't it? Or IS400?
Which one?
When we lived in Oxenford.
Oh my god, it was a GS300.
Oh, it's the same thing.
No, they're way different. This
How-
is manual.
How is a GS and an IS different? Tell me.
Totally different. And
How?
this is manual.
It is the
Shush.
ugly Toyota cousin that no one really wants, but they want a cool car for cheap. So that's what they get. They get an IS or a G100.
Tiana's
A GS.
really helping us out with the fact that we want to potentially, it's going to be a potential daily, or we're going to sell this car. Tiana's just devalued it like 100.
We've got a house full of Irish people next door. That's,
Oh, IS200, they love them.
Rings, lad.
Rings, lad. I didn't
Everybody
think about
wants
that.
to buy it.
Who?
Pete, he said if he wants to sell it, let me know.
Yeah, but how much?
I don't know.
We don't want to sell it to someone that
You've
knows
got
what,
about
it's, know what
6
we
people in the
paid.
driveway that want to buy it.
He doesn't
I
know
would
what we
buy it.
paid. I didn't tell him how much we paid. I said we might sell it, and he said if he wants to sell it because his sim drifting's getting better, so he wants to
Yeah.
get a drift car.
Let's
Yeah.
not talk about that.
Yeah.
This video is already long enough. And again, if you're still watching, thanks for watching, guys. Right, IS200, this side is where a lot of the sun damage is. But other than that, bro, look
It's
at
clean.
this. You've done a good job. Look at
It's
that. So,
definitely clean.
MCA coilovers. I don't know what model of MCA coilovers they are.
blues.
Blues.
Yeah.
Oh, MCA blues. What
So
does
they
that
do
mean?
Blues,
The street?
I think they do blues, reds. I don't know what exactly it means, but I know they definitely do. The color is their like DRBS.
Oh, that's how we could have sold it. Tiana, they have these camber arms with it, which gives you like at minimum 5 degrees of camber.
5 doesn't seem enough.
That's minimum.
Oh, minimum. Okay.
Minimum.
What's maximum?
Probably all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you
many-
drive it if it had all the camber?
Yes.
All right, so we're trying to work on
if
Tiana
it
getting a
wasn't
new
silver?
daily, because right now, since we sold Tiana's JZX 100, we basically fight over who has the Raptor. I love driving my JZX 100,
Fight over it.
but for a lot of times I need to carry stuff, etc., and it's an E85 car, so I have to be kind of smart with where I'm going. Yeah.
But Mama Bar doesn't work 2 days a week, and
So
then
you've been stealing the BMW.
and then at home she's 3 days a week. So I've been stealing her BMW, but I can't keep doing that.
Anyway, on to the IS200 it has some camera arms with it. This side of the car is phenomenal, to be fair. This side of the car
Both sides are fine.
No, but I mean, like, this side doesn't even have a lot of, like, the paint's pretty good on this
Yeah,
side.
you got a little bit on the drive.
So obviously the roof, there's sun damage, so the clear's gone bad on the roof. Clear's gone bad on the back. We've got a cracked tail light. I'm gonna get that fixed, that's no drama.
Archie damage.
Yeah. And then the clear is all gone off this side. So,
This side's straight.
yeah. It's straight, but the clear's gone. Yeah. Other than that, we're looking at a pretty nice car. The wheels need to go back to the guy we bought them off. That's no drama. We're going to put we're going to put the Z wheels on it for now. But overall, a pretty freaking amazing buy for what we've got. AC pumping, dash interior, beautiful. Other than just like some little spider webs. No, it's pretty freaking nice in here.
Do you remember when I got my, well, you don't remember when I got my first S13 because I had it when we met, but I was all about like the niggly little interior parts.
It's all here. What's wrong?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, everything's
cigarette
here.
lighter, ashtray, like obviously
Yeah.
things that I don't use.
It's got a friggin'
but-
tape player.
Holy shit, it's got a cassette deck.
Cassette and CD.
That's pretty fucking cool.
AC rips, windows go up and down.
If I go to an op shop in the next couple of weeks and I can find a tape that I like, I will daily this.
Okay, all right, let's talk more about it. We'll take it for a little drive. Let's go. It's a nice car. So IS200.
Toyota. It's obviously
For
gonna drive nice.
for those of you that don't know, IS200 comes with a straight six beams engine but it's not
this
super.
beams?
Yeah, but it's an NA6.
Oh.
They're not fast. Is it just because of its sunglasses, or should you put the headlights on?
No, it's just sunglasses.
Sunglasses thing. Okay, it's still
Definitely.
bright.
It's definitely.
Okay. But first experience so far.
It's got a better horn than my 100 did.
Yes. They're nice. This is a nice little car.
Look, you know what I'm like on it, like the aesthetics of a car. I'm very much like, but
the
the
dash,
90.
The dash on
I
these.
used to hate the 90 and it was fucking horrendous, but it was amazing to drive.
Yeah.
And again, you can't go wrong with this because it's a Toyota.
It's four-door. There's actually a ton of room in the back behind you. Like, I could sit behind you comfortably.
I'm very particular, and anyone that's watched any of my like review videos or anything, you know, like I'm very particular when it comes to an aesthetic of a car. But like,
But as far as daily driving,
I wouldn't put anyone down that drove this.
No, but as far as daily,
yeah,
you're going to the shops and stuff with this.
It's a comfortable, reliable Toyota that you can modify and you can drift.
For what this
Like,
owes us,
it's-
do we register this and keep it as a daily?
I would almost register it, modify it to the point where you could sell it as a turnkey drift car for someone as a reliable
No,
drift car.
because the engine in these isn't good for drifting. It really
not.
isn't. You can turbo them and then they're okay. We'll go down the other driveway.
So
But you can
turbo.
turbo them and then they're okay, but they're just not great for drifting. Chassis-wise, they're great for
Which is
drifting.
weird because I know
Engine-wise,
it's
they're not
NA,
great.
but it's still a beams. Like it's hard to think that the turbo
Yeah.
beams motor's great, but then an NA's not.
Yeah. So overall, IS 200. They're better for rings, lad.
Interior and driving wise,
Great.
8, 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Aesthetically, in my opinion, but I'm a very hard, like,
Yeah.
you
You're
know,
hard
you
to
know.
please.
No, it's not my thing, but I've never been an IS or an LS, IS or a GS person. Sorry, I just got
You've
distracted
never been
by
a Lexus person.
Lulu's, like our chihuahuas just now.
You've never been a
Anyway.
Lexus person.
No, I know, no.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's still Toyota, but
Alright.
it's, yeah.
Still, rad little car, guys. Who knows? We might have put this thing up for sale by now.
Super clean.
It's super clean.
Like, when Hayden opened the door, I was like, holy shit, like, that's...
No, it's a nice
Oh,
car.
it's got the...
Hayden would daily the shit out of
It's
it.
got the what is it, the tunnel mat thing.
Yes. It's a
And
nice
it's the
car.
Lexus one, yeah. Oh, and
It's
it's got
a
the
nice
matching...
car.
It's a great car.
Yeah.
Like, even
I
for...
like all three of these cars we bought today. It's hard because we got a freaking deal. All right, guys, we got a freaking deal. But it's like I think all three of the cars we got, we could almost make our money back on selling, not quite on this, but we could make a fairly comfortable amount back on any three of these cars by selling them on their own.
Look, I'd be happy if we sold this and the Commodore
And
to
then
make enough money to get our money back for the 32.
32, we'd
but
be in
then-
profit.
But then the mods for that
Yeah.
as well that we would be out of pocket for that weren't
Yeah.
sponsor provided.
But the SS is pretty sick. I kind of like it.
You know what else is
We're
sick?
getting it cleaned at the moment.
Look at your cutie down there. Look at her. She's so majestic.
She's not majestic.
Lulu.
All right, let's put this down here. Oh my god. I don't
Lulu,
want the dog in my car.
Come here, Lulu.
It's all happening here today. Anyway, again, if you've been hanging around, legend guys, lukefink.com, grab yourself some of the merch. It helps us a ton.
She wants to go to dad.
Yeah, well. I
She's
don't-
very much a treat a mean, keep him keen kind of dog.
Yeah, well, it's typical girl. Now he's parked that in the way. Anyway, so we're gonna park up the IS 200 and see how the Falcons come out. The Falcon. What do we got? Commodore. Yeah.
Because I got close to his motorbike. I'm still probably that far away.
All right, so I have the Vitara loaded up for tomorrow's video, which hopefully you guys will tune in for behind the Raptor. I'm actually thinking about towing with the SS, only because I know if that breaks, I'm tempted to take the Raptor out, and I'm trying to avoid me being tempted to take the Raptor out while driving. Dude, the SS is coming up mint already. It looks pretty phenomenal already. Like, it was very, very dusty. It has little bits of damage, but nothing crazy. This side's nice.
Yeah. This side's red hot, eh?
Yeah, I've already been looking up some SS springs. for those of you that aren't necessarily Australian or know about Commodores, there's super lows, there's super lows, and there's actually a super low.
Yes. If you want to go for that Logan on its ass,
all right, all right, the front needs to come down, but I know there's some SSLs for sale for the rear, like $20.
You need to go SL
They're
front.
$20.
Oh.
So I'm thinking SSL's rear and SL's front.
No. Just 2 SL in the rear, 1 SL in front.
That's what I just said.
I thought you said triple S.
No, so 2 SL rear
Yeah.
and 1 SL front.
Yeah. And
That's what I'm thinking. And that'll be like nice.
Makes them nice and level.
I want to delete the rear mufflers.
Yes. It very much needs that.
I want to chat to the boys at X-Force because, all right, it's very, very hard. I love cars. This, when I was just driving it before, I really enjoyed it.
You looked at home, he was fat arming, he was just cruising.
Bro, the AC works, the stereo works, everything works and it drives so nice.
I mean, it's a stock SSU Holden, like...
It has 6 months of more than 6 months of rego on it. So we're going to get this into our name ASAP. So it's probably going to stick around for a little bit, guys. All right. Bear with us.
But it's going to.
Yeah. Oh, you say that. It's probably going to end up, as soon as we leave for the States, it's probably going to be your daily.
Yeah.
It'll still be cheaper on fuel than that.
Yes. You're not wrong. Because this is still
Even
98.
though it's a V8, just 98. No, yeah, but it'll probably be better on fuel in general.
Fuck that, I'd take the harness car.
The IS?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crispy AC, cruisy manual box.
You enjoyed it, didn't you?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
Apart from the little wheel wobble, because I only got 3 wheel studs on the front. Wheel wobble at 80, all good.
Other than that, some fresh tyres, 350Z wheels on it, it'll be mint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be that's the car I sort of should have bought.
As a daily?
Yes.
As a daily?
Yeah.
Even, all right, we got that super cheap, but even at their actual prices, they're a good daily.
Yeah.
I'm trying to convince Hayden, a daily kind of, for him, he's into it going down the beach and stuff as well.
Yeah.
So he needs a little Vitara or
Vitara,
Sierra,
Jimny,
something like that, a small four-wheel drive. Him and his missus can come down the beach with it and comfortably cruise the beach. Nothing crazy off-road, just the beach.
Yes. Yes, that is 100% plan.
And then it's cheap daily, obviously.
Yes.
So.
An auto.
Auto? What?
Yeah, just get an auto one.
No. It's just a little daily, small capacity, full drive. You need manual.
Oh.
Yeah, otherwise they won't move.
I mean, I'm not going to complain. I can drive.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
I can crash.
Yeah, well. So anyway, the SS Ute's coming up pretty schmick. We'll wait till he's finished, but it's already feeling and looking $1 million.
It's almost, do I go the extra effort and clay bar it? But it's like...
I wouldn't go clay bar, just because we still need to potentially do a little bit of damage on the front bumper, on both sides. The door. So the door, I would love to find another door in this same colour, which is like a dark blue, I think.
My mum's Cruise was the same colour, eh? We could never work out if it was green or blue.
So it's a dark blue. I need to basically replace this door. I need window switches for the middle. So basically VE Ute window switches. Other than that, I need probably a tail light or a pair, whatever. This little bit of marking here, if we get it fixed up with some paint or whatever. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely looked up VE Maloo kits already to see if there's anything around. There isn't.
They do look
I was
sick.
tempted, yeah. VE Maloos are tough.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've just got yes. That's
Yes.
all I got for you.
All right, we're gonna let Hayden keep doing what he's doing on this, but we'll get back to you guys in a sec with what he's got. Once it's finished, I really like it. We may be hooking up the Suzuki behind this to tow it out tomorrow, only because I don't want to be tempted when the auto is a bit funky on the Vitara. If the auto goes bad, I don't want to be tempted to take the Raptor out. That's why I'm tempted to drive the SS out, which is legal, registered, and I've just got to double check, but I'm pretty sure the towing capacity of the SS Ute is the same as the Raptor. So 2.5. Oh, so it's legal. So I can legally tow the Suzuki in my trailer with the Ute. So I think that's going to be the go. I think that's definitely going to be the go.
It's gonna be a long vlog.
I know.
Fire, let the wheels decide. Pulling through like a magic ride. Cloud goes by, we're feeling that heat. Music and wheels when the road it beat me. One hand up as a slider sway, locked in that drift, yeah, night and day. Drifting low, we ride so clean, fast on the edge like it's just a dream. Smoke in the air, tie